Okay, class, this is number 46. I'm going to show you a different way how to solve this than the last problem. Last problem I showed you using law of cosines. This time I'm just going to go ahead and use that formula the whole time. So this point is -3, -4. This point is 8, 2. This point is 1, 7. Okay, first thing we're going to do is find this blue vector. And we're going to find this red vector. And we're going to cross them. Or we're going to, not cross them, we're going to use our formula there, the cosine of u, v over the magnitudes. So anyways, what would the blue vector be? Well, the blue vector would have a terminal point of 8, 2, and we're going to subtract its initial point, -3, -4. Okay, so 8 minus -3 would be 11. 2 minus -4 would be 6. Does that make sense? If I go from -3 to 8, yep, that's 11 spots. -4 to 2, yep, that's 6 spots. Okay, let's find the magnitude too while we're at it. So the magnitude of this vector is going to be the square root of 157. Okay, the red vector. The red vector has a terminal point of 1, 7, an initial point of -3, -4. Okay, 1 minus -3 is 4. 7 minus -4 is 11. 4 squared, 11 squared, you get the square root 137. Alright, so crossing these, or finding the cosine, I'm going to call this angle A. Of A, it's going to be 11 times 4 plus 6 times 11. 11 times 4 plus 6 times 11, I get 110. Over the square roots of 157 times 137. So inverse cosine of this, make sure you put it in correctly. You get about 41.4 degrees. I'm going to store that as A, and then I'm going to find angle B. Okay, doesn't matter which angle you pick to be B. I'm going to pick this one up here, right here. So I'm going to find the purple vector. I'm going to find this orange vector. Purple vector, I've got enough room, I'll do it right up here. So the purple vector has an initial point of 8, 2 and a terminal point of 1, 7. So terminal minus initial will give me vector, the purple vector. So I get -7 and I get 5. Magnitude of this one, 7 squared plus 5 squared, 74. The magnitude of this one is 74. Okay, the orange vector. Okay, this one has a terminal point of -3, -4, and an initial of 8, 2. So -3 minus 8 is -11. -4 minus 2 is -6. Okay, now, does that make sense? Here is that blue vector. Here is that orange vector. We're going in opposite directions. So if we start, for the blue vector, if we start here and go to here, we're going to go 11 in the x, 6 in the y. But if we start at the other end and go backwards, it would make sense that we're going the opposite of both of these. So we're going to go -11, -6. And our magnitude should stay the same. So here are the values we're going to use for angle B. And I'll bring them down here. So cosine of B is going to be -7 times -11 plus 5 times -6. Uh, 47. Underneath, I'm going to have the square roots of 74 and 157. What? I wrote that down. Square root of 74 and square root of 157. So angle B then is going to equal inverse cosine (64°). So we have A. I'm going to store this as B. We have A, we have B, and the other angle would be C. I know if I add all these three together, I get 180. So I'm going to take 180 minus A minus B to get angle C is 74.4 degrees. So there is another way to solve 45 to 48.